Desde el hondo crisol de la patria se levanta el clamor popular, ya se anuncia la nueva alborada, todo Chile comienza a cantar, recordando el soldado valiente, cuyo ejemplo se hiciera inmortal. Enfrentemos primero la muerte, traicionar a la patria más. Venceremos, venceremos, mil cadenas habrá que romper. Venceremos, venceremos, al fascismo sabremos vencer. Venceremos, venceremos, mil cadenas habrá que romper. Venceremos, venceremos, al fascismo sabremos vencer. Campesinos, soldados y obreros, la mujer de la patria también, estudiantes, empleados, mineros, cumpliremos con nuestro deber, sembraremos la tierra de gloria, socialista será el porvenir, todos juntos haremos la historia, a cumplir, a cumplir, a cumplir. Venceremos, venceremos, mil cadenas habrá que romper. Venceremos, venceremos, al fascismo sabremos vencer. Venceremos, venceremos, mil cadenas habrá que romper. Venceremos, venceremos, al fascismo sabremos vencer.
It's not going out, and I gotta show my ugly face to prove that I am here. Man, I saw a channel today on YouTube. Let me adjust this in the background. And it's obvious just YouTube, just like AI voices and everything. And goodness, so many freaking almost 100,000 subs, and it's just anyway. I'm not here to discuss that. And let me just bring this open over here to make sure that anybody may be either watching. And it looks like, oh, hey, Wayne. No, you don't have, oh, hi, well, it's fine. Hi, Wayne. It's so rare that we get somebody actually watching this time of day. And yeah, let's see here. Yeah, I am finishing up right now a book that we, like I said, there's a heck of a lot of books in the game. And I'm going to put in some music in the background, by the way, just something in the background low, so that I don't have to just hear myself rattling on and on. Let me go over here and just music. Yeah, I'll put that on at a nice low volume, hopefully at a volume that's low. And if you can't hear it, hey, that's fine. You guys just listen to the music you guys want to listen to while you listen to Grandpa Eric's rant about what undoubtedly will be, I mean, well, not to get off topic, because I was going to talk about what I'm working on right now. We have a lot of books in the game, and one of them here is just a children's book called, as you can see, let me see check my audio levels, make sure. Yeah, it's kind of low. It's probably so low you guys can't even hear it. But anyway, and get over here. And one of the many, many things, well, no. Rewind. One of the many things that is remaining on our list of things to do is take care of, I think right now, 6 remaining books that the player could take care of, can read as they play the game. I'm sorry, I've been going through a couple of days of insomnia, so I'm not working at 100% capacity, so bear with me here. And one of them is a children's book. Like I said, people contribute at, I mean, you could see, people contribute at a certain level to the game at our Patreon. They get a choice of where their name is mentioned inside of the game. And one of them, I mean, it was, because One of them was having a book in the being an author of a book in the Peace Island Library. Jeez, what is this going on here? Okay, yeah, being the author of a book of the Peace Island Library, and I don't even like how that's laying out. And we have just about, like I said, a few more to do. And most of them have been just traditional, text narrative sort of stuff. But one of them we decided we don't have any children's books in it, so this is Emily and Bryce Get Married. And it's just, let me see, I'm going to get this down here. And again, this is not going to be guaranteed to be exciting in any way whatsoever. But again, I don't do these streams to entertain. I do these these streams to keep my brain going while after about 8 hours behind, my computer. I think I've been here since about 7:45, so I'm coming up on 10 hours, I think. Anyway, so yeah, one of the things, this is one, we get one more of the books in done, and when it's done, I can mark one more thing on the master list of stuff that needs to get done. Laura's adding a bunch of new quests, quest trailheads to the game today. I think really, I mean, there are going to be about 10 or 12, trailheads or quests that you could finish in the beta. And some people, again, some people are, to be TBH, Laura, she has said, people just ask to be like authors. Why do you have to write a book for everybody who did it? Because I like games where there's lots of books inside of it, because there are just so many opportunities to like put game lore and quest hints and stuff. And I think another thing that the Elder Scrolls series did very well. I mean, really, I read every freaking book because some of them boosted your stats automatically, and that was efficient use of my time, I thought, because I like to be a jack of all things whenever I played an Elder Scrolls game. But this is, let's see, this is now, I think. Where are we on the pages? I think I finished, I gotta look here. Novel Married. Yeah, we're up to the next to the final page. This is page 17. And this is a children's book. Emily and Bryce Get Married. Image Crow. Let's see. And, goodness. Let's see. BGM 17. And so, yeah, that's what I'm doing now. And now that I've done this, I really, what I need to do is Z, and I need to save this as its own freaking, never save anything to the Adobe Creative Cloud if you use Photoshop. Because, by the way, if you're not aware, everything that you upload to the Adobe Creative Cloud can be used by AI algorithms later and thing. Hello? Yeah. Oh, some people are here, busy with some other projects. The next test build. It's not going to be a test build. It's going to be the open beta. We're not going to be the closed beta, the beta preview, which we're releasing in 2 weeks. But I think we may have to delay it because really the Mac version, and we're at the point now where let me just go books. Novel Married PSD. Yeah. Let's see. Close this out because we have so many things. Yeah, Laura was, by the way, going for an Eric Carle look in this, and fortunately, it was very easy to exactly replicate his, crinkle paper look on a lot of stuff. But myself was never much of a fan of Eric Carle, can I just say? But to each their own. I was much more of a Beatrix Potter fan, and the guy who what was it? The Church Mice series. But now what I need to do is I need to take all these pages now. I really want to just close all these out so I can clear out memory on this. And while I'm doing this, I just want to talk. This new film, A23 or A24, A23, or whatever it is. It's like this hipster new movie studio that all the people are in love with, and they just recently released a film. It's called. What the hell are you going on? This is book recovered. So, oh yeah, we don't need this. So no. Okay, so recovered. And it's called Civil War. And I trust me. I've already seen the reviews online, and here's the thing. I'm probably going to come across as like an obnoxious, like elitist, just snob in the course of of relating my thoughts on the movie, and I really don't care because here's the thing. I mean, Hollywood has been saying, stop streaming our movies, stop watching them on these streaming sites, which of course I stay away from as much as I can. Anyway, and they have those sites have nothing to do with this conversation, by the way, other than my following point. If Hollywood wants us to stop using those sort of distribution methods, illicit distribution methods, create films that are worth watching. And I would say primarily all these. I mean, how many Marvel Cinematic Universe films are there and were there? And I tried watching one of them, and they kept on zipping back and forth. And I mean, here's the thing: I don't encourage anyone. I mean, you wouldn't steal a car, so you wouldn't pirate a movie, blah, 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 as they said back in the 90s, and I agree with that to a great extent. But really, Hollywood, you want us to stop, I mean, the young kids to stop doing that. Again, produce stuff that's worth being done, being watched. And unfortunately, I think the movie Civil War is already getting all these glowing reviews, citing how absolutely wonderful it is. I think that somebody needs to come in from a perspective of who knows about writing and knows what exactly they were trying to do, and relate it. Okay, because here's the thing: is I would say, first off, I'm going to get the positive things across. The combat scenes very well shot, including the one at the very end where they hunt down the president. Very gripping, absolutely top-notch filmmaking right there. I also like how they show how life just goes on in various ways, even in the midst of a civil war. But the thing is that ties me into, and by the way, what I'm doing here is literally just changing the size of all these and saving because we want to use, this standard size. Because here's the thing, is that when I was watching this, I got the impression, well, no, I didn't get the impression. After saying those two positive things about the movie, the good combat sequences, and number two, the depiction of, how life just goes on in various parts, even in the midst of, a gigantic conflict that may be killing millions of people at the same time. It just does. And that's okay. And that's cool. But here's the problem. I would call the Civil War film, it's a movie for people who have never actually followed the news or read a single article in the New York Times over the last, say, 25 to 35 years. And that's where I start to sound like an elitist. Oh, the New York Times, oh, blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing. Here's why I'm saying this. The two sequences in there, which I guarantee the critics are going to be lauding the most, are two where they number one encounter this guy just basically covering up a mass grave, and his communication is very simple, and he just goes, "You American, you American," and then one guy just answers, "No." "Oh, you Hong Kong, shoot him!" Immediately kills him, and that's after he does another cold-blooded killing. Now that entire sequence there happened. I read the New York Times article about that incident happening. Now, there's another sequence that I guarantee you that all these other reviews are going to be going, "Oh my goodness, it's so chilling. Oh my goodness, it's so true." And that's the thing, it's absolutely true, where the characters in the film encounter this area that's like made up to be like a holiday, no, it's a Christmas, village. And for some reason, even though there's all these decorations around, and there's music playing, there's people inside and people outside shooting at each other. And of course, the people that are shooting at each other aren't interested in talking to the reporters. Just as it was in the exact New York Times article that this scene was from. So you see what they did in creating this movie, The Civil War, outside of those gripping sequences, and I have to say the very boring, like, road trip movie that they were trying to go for, because none of the characters are really well defined. A road trip movie requires well-defined characters. So let's move on from that. I get the impression that the writers that wrote this movie, that is, of course, going to be absolutely critically acclaimed and seen by millions of people, and people are going to be going, hey, are you just butthurt because they're making money? Well, no, heck, I'm used to people making more money than me. I just really hate seeing crappy writing. Because here's what the people who did the new Civil War movie, here's how they wrote it. They went through all of the New York Times articles about combat photographers giving their first, hand account of what happens, and other things that happened, related by combat photographers, because that's how the story in Civil War is being told from the view of a few combat photographers, some photographers, reporters, journalists covering the Civil War. Now, the writers just sat there and they culled all the articles, and they said, okay, which ones can we, space in between combat sequences in this very dull road trip movie? Here's the first thing I have to say about this. Is it that stealing? Is it that what they accuse AI of doing all the time, just stealing from existing stuff? And tangential to that, and number one, I'm 100% pro-union, an anti-Hollywood, anti-big corporation, anti-Hollywood, but honest to goodness, this whole previous, one of the major things about the writer's strike was we can't use AI because it'll deprive us of the of this work, and if this is the kind of work this new film is demonstrating, and of course critics are going to love, and the public is going to absolutely fall in love with and see several times. All the content in there was cribbed from other sources and put together, just like an AI would. And so if the writer, and again, I'm pro-union, go union, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But if this was what you guys were fighting to say, writers of Hollywood, I would have to say, you don't have a very good argument if this is what you are presenting. Literally just doing a Google search for photojournalist stories of war zones, and then Americifying them and then stringing them together with a very, very thin plot that is separate. And also, I have to say this, and you could go, oh, Eric, you're being woke, oh, ha, ha, whatever. I am so damn sick of movies that have, of course, the black guy has to get killed saving everybody else, which of course happens in this movie. And it just stop that, Hollywood. Bad Hollywood. Bad Hollywood. AI would at least, if we asked ChatGPT to write a film like that, it would go, I'm very sorry, but including racial, tropes like that in there would be just very bad for the plot overall. What say you include a better, involvement for this character other than dying to save all the white people? Just saying. Anyway. So I think I've made myself very clear here, is that the Civil War movie, which again, box office sensation, I guarantee you, and I've already seen all these reviews, and they're lauding it as wonderful. And of course, they talk about the scenes that I have mentioned earlier in this video, is so gripping and etc. And again, I am not saying that, oh, I know everything or whatever, and maybe they didn't steal every one of the instances in that movie from an article that one of the writers Googled from the New York Times. I would like to sit down with them and look them straight in the eye and go, did you You really didn't? Because I guarantee you that every other one of those scenes in the movie were just, again, no better than AI would do. And again, geez, Hollywood, I'm still going to stick with you. I mean, union bros and sisters, even though, I mean, I work for my own company and I'm not unionized. I support you in your struggles and everything, but honest to goodness, if this is what you're going to produce, you've got a very, very bad argument. If you're saying, oh, we got to protect our jobs against AI, if this is what you're producing. I think I think I've made my point clear at this point. So, I mean, if you want to see it, I would recommend waiting until, it's on Netflix or something and you can watch it for free. I would not pay as, but I again, that's just my opinion. It may be absolutely awesome from a lot of other people's perspectives, and you know what? I mean, I just felt that I had to say this because, again, I just see nothing but just people say, "Oh my God, this is the most gripping war movie ever," and I was just sitting there. This is the most plagiarized war movie ever. I just never have seen anything just so blatantly ripped off. So hey, A23, if you want some people looking for better writers with two thumbs, who's a better writer and has two thumbs, right here. In fact, I think my cat could write a bit. I mean, it could just like, I could put its paws on, look for combat stories on the New York Times, and then I could just, actually, I could ask an AI to, so heaven knows. I would never do such a thing, of course, because, heavens, that's why we're constantly we're writing all of these books. My goodness, let me show you. I don't think I've done one of these in a long time, because what we've been doing, let me just show you here, is like I said, there are a lot of books in the game. We've been writing a butt ton of content. I think right now we have 6 books with this one done. We have 6 books fully done and another 4 in the process of being written. And 2 of them just require minor revisions. Let's see here. Yeah, this is one of the novels, just one of the books. And let's see here. And of course, you don't have to read them all. And I mean, this is one of those things is that, I have to go back to the people who are accusing us of all of a sudden coming out with a lot of content. Down south, say we're coming out with a shit ton of content. Let's see here, Magus. Let's see, where is this? Oh yeah. I mean, we have so many books, and that is something that I think that the other, one thing that I know that the people over at Annapurna, and I'm pretty sure they're sending their people over here to watch these things. Here's the good thing, guys, at Annapurna, you have to hire writers in order to produce this amount of stuff. You just have to. And you have to hire writers that care about what they're producing. Otherwise, you're going to produce crap. Like every storyline in the, let me see, the Dragon Age Origins and, oh God, what was it? It was another one of those things from the exact same studio. It was a space opera thing with the N7 or whatever. But anyway, yeah, I mean, if you hire a writer, you don't have to produce the same game over and over and over again with the same story, same characters, same incidents, you see. And over the last few years, I mean, when I keep on going back to, it sucks that the scammers, I'm just trying to find Cats on Elm. Yeah, Cats on Elm Street. Here's another one. Just so many of these. Yeah, lots and lots of stuff. Read it. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, doing the same characters over and over. I'm sorry. I got to look up the name of that game franchise that I'm referring to that has absolutely crappy writing, just like the Dragon Age Origins series. And I will totally stand by that, by the way. Oh, by the way, anybody who thinks, oh, they're just going straight to AI for all that, actually, there are sites out there called Pixels and Pixabay where you can do, I mean, no, I don't think Pixabay, but Pixels, there are actually free stock photograph sites where we can get lots, just about anything we need without going to AI. So cease with this crap about accusing us of using, oh, they're using AI for everything. I'm sorry, no, you're just used to, but anyway, what was that crappy game? Let me see. It was, I'm just going Dragon Age Origins because it was made by the same studio. Let's see. It was made by BioWare. Here we go. BioWare. There we go. BioWare games, Dragon Age. Let's see. Jeez, they're not even listing it as among their franchise anymore. But let's see. Mass Effect. Mass Effect. Just like Dragon Age Origins, play the games, and you'll find out that I'm 100% correct. Each one of the Mass Effect and Dragon Age Origins games, the characters exactly the same. Conflicts exactly the same, situations exactly the same, stories arcs exactly the same. They are, I would say, and it's really shocking that sometimes people refer to these as story-driven games. And I'm not saying that, oh, these games don't have a lot of stuff that you have to read. They're not story-driven. I'm just saying you don't produce the same crap over and over, just like you don't crib a lot of stuff from the New York Times and piece it together with a very thin narrative and present it as a movie. Just saying. Let's see. And yeah, the thing is like I said, I don't want to be accused of being like an elitist because I'm like, oh, this is a movie where people haven't read the New York Times or just haven't read, enough. Well, maybe I've read too much, but goodness gracious, if I see somebody just literally, and there everybody's going, oh my goodness, best war movie ever. Let's see, wipe off. And by the way, tell me what you have you seen Civil War? Tell me what you think in the comments, and be sure to like and subscribe. Well, no, I just really, no offense, don't care what your opinions are of the Civil War movie because I know I'm right. I just am. Eric, you're so arrogant. Yes, I am. I mean, I just have to go back to again, it's like I'm a big fan of Harlan Ellison. It's just people like him. There need to be more people like him because it's like J. Michael Straczynski, who again produced one of the best sci-fi series, and I think it's going to get a reboot soon. Babylon 5. I mean, he was just. He called Harlan Ellison one night and he said, "Oh, Mr. Ellison, I've been wanting to talk to you for the longest time. Nobody's writing. None of the studios are buying my stuff." And Harlan Ellison, bless his heart, he didn't go, well, you need to work more on this element or something. Harlan said, the problem is you're writing crap. Stop writing crap. And sure enough, J. Michael Straczynski took that advice, and he, is still, he spent a very, very good career writing. So, again, my advice is not just do what I say, or just stop writing crap. Everybody, movie producers, game developers, stop writing crap. Anyway. Don't get me started about J.J. Abrams, okay? All right. This is the book that we were just taking care of, and I want to build that right now here. This is Endless Book Frick. Frick! Wasn't that what Elliot always said on Scrubs? Frick. Let's see here. So we're just going to go Endless Book Frick. Frick. And there we go. Because now we got to basically get all these things and together. Quest items and books. No, these go in our stuff, damn it. Okay, our stuff. Textures. Again, I never made any promise that this would be exciting, guys and gals, and those in between. I just wanted to get a little bit more work done and rant about this crazy movie that is, again, going to be, just lauded as one of the most realistic depictions of combat, etc., etc. Well, of course, it's realistic considering you ripped off a photojournalist account of what happened to them, but hey. Let's see. This is EBGM. Yeah, EBGM. Emily and Bryce Get Married is the name of the book. Yeah, and I mean, bless the people, it's Studio A24 or whatever. I mean, I give them that same advice. Stop writing crap! All right? That's for free. Mazel tov for you. By the way, not Jewish. I just like to use that term for some reason lately. And of course, they won't read. I mean, I remember when I was talking to the people who are like behind the. I mean, the God, whatever it is, God, one of those endless zombie series. And he said, "Hey, ask me anything." And I said, "Hey, when are you going to stop producing, zombie stuff? And produce something that with a little bit of originality behind it, and something, instead of just rehashing the same crap." So I mean, bless the guy's soul. He took, a moment away from his cocaine binge to respond. He's like, "How come you're being so mean to the creatives?" "Because you're writing crap. Stop writing crap." Just saying. And again, if you don't get angry at me, Hollywood, for doing this constant stop writing crap, because again, you've been asking, how do we stop people to, pirating our movies and get them into the theaters again, etc., etc. Again, trust me, it isn't about satisfying me. It's about satisfying everybody out here. Just stop making crap. I got to be a step away for about a couple minutes, and I'll be right back. Hey, if you want to say anything in the chat, that's fine, because it's not going to get any more exciting from here on out when I get back. Take care. Be right back. All right, I'm back from my ranty ranterton. But I mean, I just know. I mean, there's so many great properties out there, so many things that could be done, and but I just hate seeing the same garbage year after year after year and hearing the same crap from Hollywood. Oh, I mean, the temerity of them during the COVID epidemic. How do we get people to go back into our, like, climate sealed virus factories? And Christopher Nolan, I'll never forgive you for your part in that whole thing. Because, I mean, my problem with Christopher Nolan was, again, Tenet, which, again, was one of the most obtuse films ever made, IMHO. It was complex for the sake of complexity, which is just silly. The British, our British viewers would probably call it wankery, perhaps. Um, and when he released that, he was like, "Oh, I mean, I don't understand why people are not coming into the films, and I'm not going to release it for home viewing. You have to go to the theaters to view it before." It was like, dude, your freaking ego and your idea of like how you're freaking crayon drawing of a film, people are going to die because of that, dude. Just get over yourself. Anyway. This could also, maybe I should call this, like, these things from here on out. Old man screams at cloud, because that's what I typically tend to do here. Let's see if anybody here has put me in my place and told me how absolutely awesome the Civil War from the new great film from A20 whatever. Anyway, what? Really? Really? Hold on, I have to read these. Usually Doe just typed. It said one of the writers for Mass Effect lives on Peaks Island. Is it a woman? Because I believe I have met this woman, or I communicated with this woman. If that's who we're talking about, but she just well, for rightly so. We were not ready to bring on a writer at that point, but I think if she's actually, I think that is the woman. Yes. She did not write for Mass Effect. She wrote fiction, published fiction related to Mass Effect. At least that's from what I understand. Because, Mass Effect had literally novels, books based on it. I think that's what she did. So don't go telling her that I was trashing her work, just so you say. And by the way, if she had anything to do with this, knowing her status as a writer, she was brought on and given, we want you to do this, this, and this. That she was not given, she probably had nothing to do with the overall generic story arc of the Mass Effect franchise. So, again, just saying. Let's see here. Wayne, been busy with some other products. Yeah. Were you and the team able to fix all the bugs from the older builds? Oh, God. That's one thing I have not added. You told me, Wayne, that I'm going to have to write this down. The Peaks Island Weather Rock, or no, the Cliff Island, Peace Island Weather Rock. Again, I've been going through insomnia lately. My brain isn't working right. The texture on that was sort of screwy, so I want to look that up. Peace Island. And as far as all the other things, let's see, rock. As far as the other, we have been able to fix a majority of them, but unfortunately, some of the things, number one, we're not going to be able to fix everything because our time and our resources are limited. And number two, I would say, let's see, sorry, let me rewind my brain here. Some things fall through the cracks, and sometimes our time is very limited. I mean, you've seen. Let me open up my grand colossal list here. File open. Oh, yeah, to do. Here we go. I mean, I'm just going to zoom in on this. So, I mean, this has been, these are all the bugs. We're over at 410 now, I think, fixed. I can't say that we fixed everything, but I guarantee we fixed a hell of a lot. The more stuff that, you know. Anyway, 410. So, yeah, we're, what? Oh, yeah, we're actually at 410 because Laura fixed a lot of quests in there. So we're past 410, etc., etc. Let's see. Add quest, radio signal. She also needed to do one for the time capsule. Let's see. Oh, yeah, a staircase to nowhere. Let's see. Oh, yeah, tower, radio. Oh, your radio signal. Cormorant letters. I think that's. There's one other that I can't remember right now, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to call that XXXXXXX because I know it's done. And we're going to add these guys to what's done down here. But what we have now, Wayne, to answer your question, what we have now are just what remains above the 410 mark here. And yeah, let's see what yeah, it's about 40. Let's see my latest math. Yeah, it's about 45 items. And unfortunately, again, we're at this point where I think I'm going to have to delay release of the beta preview for a week because I said I wasn't going to release it until we got it to 95% complete. And unfortunately, we are at the stage now where the things that are remaining on the list aren't very easy, simple things to do. Like, I mean, for example, a lot of some of those items are finish this book, and that book it just happens to be 19 pages of text. And we're like I said, we have finished now 6 books. This is the 6th book, and we are going to have a total of 13. It's just, you know, unfortunately, progress is really slowed down, and there are a few things that unfortunately only Lance can do, and she's I have to say we're you know, money could be a little bit better right now, but maybe very soon when I do my taxes, because there are a few for example, some buildings you should not be able to. I mean, there are some buildings you can still just like straight up walk into. Most of them are that way. We wanted to make it so that unless you know the code, you can't, or, you know, or another way of entering a building, you shouldn't be able to enter there. So we got the puzzles worked out, but we don't have the, you know, the if then whatever. And yeah, what it is what it is. We're gonna get it. Hold on, a 10. Make sure the 10. Oh, no, wrong one. 10 has 10. Yeah, 10, 11. You know, I have to go back and give the people who handled I'm going to get to the rest of your things. Another thing that I think that they got marginally correct in the Civil War movie that, you know, I've been talking about this whole time, is that they strode the line very well about making it a nonpartisan rebellion. One of the big factions in the movie is like the Western forces, I think they're called, and it's literally an alliance between Texas and California. Um, yeah, that I mean, when you got California and Texas teaming up together to, you know, assault the Capitol and assassinate I can't say unalive the president because that's what happens in the movie. Kill spoilers, everybody, but yeah, they did it. They did a very good job. You don't walk away from the whole thing going, "Oh, they were pushing an agenda, either left or right," other than war sucks, you know. But I don't know. Maybe I've read too many books on the subject and such over the years. I mean, my grandfather, he was a prisoner of war, et cetera, et cetera. And I've been a news junkie my entire life, and I mean, my father had oh, wrong texture there. What's going on here? 15? 15, 16, 16. Oh, and by the way, did anybody catch the eclipse? I was poo-pooing at first, just going, gotta be nothing. But I can't go all the way out there, because to totality, the places where they had that, because I don't own a car, but what I did was I went out to Cliff Island. Let me see. I think I got it on my Facebook page. Actually, I got it on my Twitter. Um, I never call it X. X. Jeez, Elon, just stop. I hate you so much. Let's see, profile. Yeah, I went out to Cliff Island, which I probably showed in these streams before. This is two-thirds of the population of the entire island that showed up for this event. Apparently, there are only 33 people living on the island now. I hope they bounce back soon. It would be a real shame to see this community just die, but I don't think that's that much of a chance, because something happened when I was out there. Let me just show you, actually. Just gonna just bring this up. Apparently, let me see. When I was out there, they had a catastrophic storm, like record high tides, historically record high tides, and houses were wiped out. This is the road here that connects the two halves of the island, and it was wiped out. And I mean, you can't say that I mean, I'm certainly not surprised, because we've been told this is going to be happening for years. And I mean, I saw something on the BBC the other day about scientists are unable to explain the rapid rise of of temperatures. Like, no, they've been explaining it to us for the last how many decades now? At least the last three in my and we're being told, oh, scientists have no idea. Oh my goodness, they're gobsmacked about how this could be happening. Goodness gracious. Anyway, all right, I should go and look see if anybody else has chatted here. In particular, I really hope the next build has saved I thought he got that fixed. He assured he got that fixed. I will have a conversation about with him tonight. And by the way, Wayne, you're the last man standing. Sláinte there. Unless, Wayne, you tuned out and it's just my mom watching. Okay. I'm too young to have seen the Civil War. When I'm talking about the Civil War, I'm talking about the new movie. Let's see. I mean, for those who are not aware of Civil War film. There we go. Civil War 22. 2024 action drama, war film about a civil war happening in modern day in the United States. That's what I'm talking about. And don't bother. Just don't bother. Oh, it looks like Ben Shapiro came out with his own version. Is that Ben Shapiro? It looks like him. Anyway. But again, anybody who's read any number of articles from New York Times reporters about their experiences in war zones, I guarantee you will see one of those reports has been basically cribbed by these guys for their film to tie their very tenuous primary narrative together of the road trip. And again, I'm sorry, but they just did not do a very good job at making us give a crap about the characters. If you want us to care about the characters, you're going to have to spend some time establishing them, and they just did not bother beyond the most, superficial things. And you go, oh my goodness, what can you say? It's superficial. When the woman was remembering what she saw in South Africa. Okay, so you haven't, so on top of everything else, you haven't read any news reports out of South Africa for the last 40 years too. I could see why they made this film. They made this film for a stupid country that doesn't know what's going on, that's been going on in the world for the last 30 years. Yeah, in the film they show somebody getting a necktie. If you're not familiar with that, that is something that happens in very troubled places in Africa, where they will basically beat the heck out of somebody, push them down on the ground, and put a gasoline-soaked tire around their neck and set it on fire. And that is shown in the film. It's not a real footage, but again, I mean, if that's what they consider in this film to be character development, showing something nasty that they saw, and that's it. Sorry, I still don't get no understand the character. Can you tell me what kind of music she likes? What's her? Can you show me eating something or her being happy eating it? No, she just walks around and looks morose because she is a two-dimensional character. I get. I mean, I've seen this character in so many films. If you've ever seen, The Killing Fields. She is a basically back about anywhere from 10 years ago. Beyond before that, they would have cast it as a man. But again, kudos for inclusion and such. The majority of, but again, why does a black man always have to die saving the white characters? Oh no, it's okay in this movie because one of the characters is Hispanic, so the black man isn't dying to save just white people. Well, dude, guys, come on, Hollywood. This is why we go anyway. We don't go to movie theaters. We don't feel like buying your crap. Celebrating crap. Anyway. Okay, Wayne, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at that this evening. Here's it. Up until now, I've always considered that to be almost a secondary thing or tertiary thing because we never had any progress to save. I mean, once we get quests and so and more than just one cat in there and a little bit of cohesion to the game, then saving means something. And thank you for bringing that to my attention. By the way, I'm going to put that on our list. Hold on, you can see here. You can see it. I'm doing it live, baby. Except I may miscategorize it. I'm just going to put it down here. Let's see. Check save function. Save function. And what was the other? Oh, yeah. Peace Island weather rock sign. Let's see. But let's see. Okay, yeah. I think I get rid of this. Minus, yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, take that, apply the overrides, and just just take a look at the book and see how it looks. I know it's going to be too thick, the divot in the center between the. Oh, and by the way, wait. Thank you for pointing out that all the text, is unreadable. I had forgotten. I mean, it may not be the case in your instance, but people who do play at 800 by 600, I arrogantly neglected that, and so we've gone through and changed, the font size, everything from their letters to the newspapers to everything. I'm going through everything bit by bit, making sure. There may be instances where it hasn't been taken care of, but again, things fall through the cracks. So. Yep, we're good to go. Let's play the sucker. And I mean, when I see the game, when I saw this movie, I was just reminded of what that if you haven't seen it, H Bomber guy did a very good video about plagiarism, about straight up people just grabbing stuff and representing it as their own. And again, I think the writers for the Civil War film, bad Hollywood is all I can say. I didn't put the spawner in the right place. And you see that janky frame rate we're getting? It's because there's just, too much stife there. Let's see here. What the heck is going on here? Oh, okay, yeah. I want to get rid of these exteriors because we're not testing those right now. What was it Chuck D said? Burn, Hollywood, burn. I smell a riot going on. First they guilty, then they gone. Yes, by the way, Big fan of Public Enemy, the stuff from the 80s and 90s. And I really, it's like another situation where I'm old and white and I hear these communities like, oh yeah, I'm so much into hip hop. It's like, oh yeah, you ever hear Public Enemy, Terminator? So really go, oh, well, who? Kids these days, my God. Okay. I guarantee the zoom in is wrong. Let's see. Ah, we need to get that up. What the heck? Okay, I need to redo those pages. And we need to zoom in better on this. I just want to zip flip through it and make sure that it's all. Actually, that page was the one that I was really concerned about, but it's actually readable. Looks like we have a duplicate page here that I got to take care of. These are flipped. Yeah, something's got screwed up here, but... Yep, okay. Yeah, we got a few screwy pages, but at least it's working, and I want to get this done. But first, I want to get the zoom angle in correct, because again, for the smaller monitors, we got to make sure that we get the book straight up. This is playing freaking like Death in Rome songs. I'm not the best fan. I mean, they do good covers, but not all of them. Motorhead, nah. Let's see here. So we had two bogus pages at the beginning. That's odd because it doesn't look like. Page back, book page front. This is very odd. This should not be happening because those two pages that we saw at the beginning are not correct. But anyway, what I'm going to do though is going to take a look at these textures. It looks like we had in this EBGM. Yeah, there we go. Seeing here, just trying to remember which page those were. I'm just curious as why we saw those weird pages at the very beginning. Those shouldn't be there at all. Book cover Kelly. Yeah, I've already done that. Book page back, book page front. Maybe I get rid of this entirely? But no. Oh, gosh. Let's see here. Yeah, book page left. Yeah, and we want to get rid of this entirely. Let's see, page back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And why is it showing me this? It's showing me NMC. Those should not be in there at all. Oh, I see what's going on here. Duh. My mistake, sorry. Okay, oh, okay, now I see what the problem is. Right, alright, yeah, we gotta get rid of this. I had the wrong book selected. You're gonna have to forgive me. Alright, now we're good. Alright, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, let's just zip through these textures here, because it looks like we... Oh. Hold on. Looks like we have a lot of extraneous pages here. No, we don't. Okay, cool. I'm just curious. Let's see here, because we do have a page that seems to be duplicated. Like, when you open it, it's the mice. Yeah, this one. Let's just test it again to make absolutely sure. Sorry, I'm going to be doing this a lot. But trust me, we have taken care of a hell of a lot of fixes. Well, I think while this is doing this, I have to step away for a moment again because I need a beverage. I will be right back. To those who still may be watching, hey, it is what it is. Oh, no, here we are. I didn't get the close-up fix, but oh, it's still. Oh, I didn't apply the overrides. My goodness. Yeah, the people over at Annapurna are going to be laughing at this later. You'll have to forgive me. I will be right back. Thanks for those still watching. Probably just Wayne. Thanks, Wayne.
Ich kann nicht. Sie müssen. Das ist unsere einzige Hoffnung. Hoffnung? It's a terrible thing to work self-destruction. Someone who has been that perfection in that realm of what we call pain looks like a tower's falling down.
Alrighty, so we're back. Oh boy. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, I did apply the overrides, and I'm just gonna take a look at here again. I believe. Let's see. By the way, I believe if I've noticed, and this is another, and I should really answer any questions about the game before I go off on another tear about movies, about et cetera, et cetera. But let's see here. Okay, here I'm just trying to go to my streaming. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, FPS is still not optimal. But it's still getting better all the time. And again, I mean, it's kind of embarrassing to admit what we screwed up. And in fact, what the heck? I'll just show that it's still show. Oh no, look there. As soon as I hit the key, it switched to the new one. Weird. But I just want to make sure. So okay, we're gonna go back and we're gonna count here. So this is 0, 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 7 and 8 are screwed up somehow. Let's see here. Let's retake a 7 and 8. Okay, so this has 8. 7. Actually, that is. Let's see. Oh, I see. They were incorrectly saved. They're the wrong textures. That's why. It's always good to have. Again. Always keep the source. Always keep the source of anything that you're working on. A game as big as this, because you're always going to have to go back and do, edits. I mean, one of the reasons, by the way, we have books in the game. Is because we really wanted to basically have places where we could include contributors' names. Because at a certain point, when the game went viral over, on Patreon, we started getting a lot of people contributing at a level that we never thought they would contribute at. And so, I mean, again, I like games that have books, a lot of books and stuff in them to read, but also it was just a convenient thing, a way to take care of that issue, let's see here. 7 and 8. There we go. Yep. We don't have a proper page 8. Image. Crop. By the way, and let me see. Any of the TVs I'm using monitor HDMI. Yeah, you talked about HDR or something. This game having some problem with that, and I don't doubt that at all. Geez, Unity. The thing is Unity is not a system to make really graphically complex games. And in fact, I mean, if I could go back in time, there are two things I would do. I would consider doing this on the Unreal Engine, considering it is more graphics intensive. And I would consider, hold on a second. 8. There we go. Replace. And I would consider, you know, again, no offense to the Mac folks out there, but I would so not produce this for the Mac. And it isn't that the Mac isn't capable. It comes from a variety of reasons. And I mean, before any Mac fans out there get literally upset, this is a way to sustain this like rambling narrative here. Let me see, EBM 8? Yeah, I got rid of that. It's just that, understand, a Mac, even though, and again, please, Mac fans, don't take this as a strike against your system. But here's the thing: the bare truth of the world is the world runs on Windows. It just does. Now, that does not make Mac computers any less important, because I understand that. I mean, I have worked with them, and they have some very good things that are going for them. But the guys at Apple HQ, I think it's Sunnyvale. I mean, I used to live out there. I should know this. I used to work for Apple, but that's another story. Guys out in Sunnyvale, they still, for some reason, have not processed that the fact that the world runs on Windows, and they have it in their heads that Macs are the most serious of machines, and so when they don't offer, what's a good term? Crap. They don't offer anything in terms of assistance for developers of games for the Mac platform. Windows, totally. I mean, heck, they have their own gaming platform, the Xbox. But Mac, even though games are coming out for it all the time, I mean, EVE Online came out for the Mac. They for some reason still have it in their heads that, oh no, Macs are 100%. I mean, though they're serious computers, we don't play games on our Mac. If we want to play games, we open up our iPhone or our iPad, and can I say that is something that really impacted, can I just say, the rollout, Apple's new VR thing. That's something that crippled their rollout. There's a good video, many good videos that like point out how absolutely bollocks that whole thing is. But one of the things is, I mean, just as it is on the, let me see, on any VR platform, there just isn't much out for them. There just isn't. Unless, I mean, at least that I've seen. And when this guy was playing, he explored the games that were available for the new Mac headset. They were basically, you're sitting in a room with the iPad game playing on a screen in front of you. Because that is how Mac, the people in Sunnyvale, envision their relationship with games. They just can't, for some reason, even though there have been immersive 3D games out now for how many years now, it was just a little bit beyond them to be able to, internalize that, Sorry. Looks like I really screwed these textures up because I wasn't thinking, but anyway, I could fix them one by one. Yeah, and that's why I would just rather not do this. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't do it for Mac, because again, the Mac platform just takes itself a little bit too seriously. I mean, yeah, it's good for some stuff, but I mean, again, it's just a fact. The world runs on Windows. It just does. I think at one point I was having a discussion with a Mac fan about this, and I said, "What is it? 5% of the world's computers run on a Mac?" And he said, "Oh goodness, if it were only so." I mean, stop taking yourself so seriously, Mac. You know, it was Tim Apple. Goodness gracious, I'm actually using Donald Trump's freaking jokes. Just stop taking yourself so seriously, and give proper support to game developers for your platform. The world is not going to start running on Mac anytime soon. I know it. I know that sucks, but hey, I mean, there's this one thing. I mean, this is something, and it just gets me when people, when Mac users don't understand this, and this is something that Mac users need to understand about their platform. And this has been wiped from the memory hole, by the way. And Mac people now have their own legend of why this happened, but I'm just going to show you. Time Magazine, Jobs thanking Bill Gates. Let's see. We're going to find that image. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. This is the cover of Time Magazine, and we're going to open this picture up in another a new thing so that you can see, and I'm not pulling it. New tab. Here we go. I know that it is common among the Mac people that they are the brave whatever, but understand, I think this is 1997, because Mac was still, I mean, they had the same problem back then. They were taking themselves too seriously, and they were literally, I mean, now you understand, Apple is the largest, biggest, most profitable company on earth, but they were literally going bankrupt. They were going to go out of business. And they were going to have to close up shop. And you know what happened? Steve Jobs called up Bill Gates, of all people, and Bill Gates bought stock and put money into Apple to keep it running. And after that point is when Apple Corporation moved away from producing home computers, which they still do. But understand, the new the iPhones and the iDevices started coming out just about less than a couple of years later. Understand, Apple is not a computer company. It is a consumer electronics company. They produce phones, they produce MP3 players, they produce tablet computers, but they are not. I mean, even though, can I just say, the computers that they sell, very, very well built, etc., etc. It's just that, again, I do not understand the Apple mindset. I just don't. I think it's just that they've successfully been able to build themselves as exclusive, and it just, again, very confusing to me. There are many of the components that are made into, I mean, a majority of the components that go into Macintosh computers are made in the exact same suicide net, I'm sorry, unaliving net factories, factories over in China that have the nets over it to prevent, mass suicides every month, that PC products are made in. And for some reason, it's a lot of folks who are really into the Macs. They're like, "Oh my goodness, no, no, no! Oh, you don't understand the stuff that we have to pay 3 times as much, but it's absolutely superior in quality. Oh no, it's made in the exact same factories, guys. Come on, just say you enjoy paying extra for prestige, and then all is forgiven, and we can move on. That's all I'm asking, Mac folks." And I'm going to again laud Max on a certain level because, sorry, Laura and we don't subscribe to cable. We just watch YouTube and Netflix and such via an old Mac Mini. I think that Mac Mini is 12 years old. It's been used, pretty much constantly for about 12 years. Works still pretty damn well. I mean, no complaints. Once in a while, it gets a little bit fritzy. But, I mean, I will say pretty good there. Right there, Mac. Apple. Tim Apple, you did good on that. I gotta stop quoting Donald Trump. Must stop. I mean, just even quoting Donald Trump in jest is not good. No, 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 no. It looks like... Hold on. What the hell is happening here? The snail is getting covered up here, and that's weird. It's like everything got moved around, but we're going to get them done one by one. We will get these done. Let's see here. So what we actually want to do is we want to, because we're having to compare what's in our project against what's in there. Let's just bring this up here. Just take a very close look here. Yeah, yeah, this should be, I'm going to delete this because this should be 10. This should be 9, actually. 9. Do we have the new 8 in here? It doesn't look like we do. UGBM 8. There we go. Yep. Okay, so we have those 2 pages. This one. Okay, so I need to replace 9. I need to do 10 again. Okay, now it makes sense. What's screwy? Sorry about that, folks. Again, didn't get much sleep last night. You'll have to forgive me, guys and gals and everybody else here. Let me see. Yeah, so what we want to do is redo. Yeah, okay. Just weird. So this is in actuality number 9. And we need to re-export. I keep on, sorry if I'm repeating myself endlessly. You're going to have to forgive me. It gets a little bit confusing. Here, let's see. Okay. Actually, undo all this stuff so we can go back to the full page spread. Actually, no, it's setting. Oh, I see why that's not appearing. There we go. That's my fundamental mistake from earlier. Let's see, and this is going to be, yep, EGPM 10. Excellent. Because everything is set up properly, I could just bring these textures in and then everything should slide into place. Because the hierarchical nature of that. And actually, I want to, before I forget, save that again. So I save my own. Alright, great. So, what we want to do now is just get rid of everything. Oh, no, we want to bring in our new 10. There we go. All right, 10. Yeah, okay, great. All right, so now I apply that freaking overrides and we try to get it working again. This looks like it's good to go, actually. Because it was all textures, actually. It wasn't anything. All right. Strangely enough, it's primitive. No, not as primitive, but as simple as this old book looks. It took about as long as it took to produce a, like actually a written narrative novel in the game. But anyway, any other people tuned in anyway? Because usually, if I've been going for an hour, people are tuned in. Hey, what's I don't know. Where's the 3 days? Caves of Ice, yeah. These Wolfenstein 3D. I'm old. I played the original Wolfenstein on my Apple with, the. We still have that little click there where, you see when he opened it. I think I just have to restart Unity and we're good. Yeah, I like how that looks, really. Yeah? Still not right. Let me see if we go back. Oh, no, still got to work on that. Maybe something's still not working. Ceremonies, beautiful sunshine. Yep. Oh, there should be one more page after this, so, okay, there are still 2 issues going on here. And by the way, I wouldn't be making these many mistakes if I was just constantly yammering while I'm doing this. You'll have to forgive me. Okay, so this is EB9. So okay, so we don't have texture for 9. And so, yeah, number 17. Oh, that's because page 17 hasn't been added. No, we want a page right, actually. Page right. Okay, get rid of, move that down. Oops. All right. Kind of screwed that up, but anyway, we can get this done. So this is, no, I want 17 in there. There we go, and book page right. Okay. Now, what I want to do is, because it's just kind of strange that book page left is showing up as, oh! Okay. For some reason, book page left is, like, blue. I was wondering why how did that happen? There we go. All right, that should take care of that. So we want to apply our overrides, and after that, this long nightmare is over, and I could click one thing off my list. And after that, I should just, I don't know, how long have I been here now? About 10 hours. Jeez. I got a very early start this morning. I usually don't get up. I mean, I've been having insomnia lately, and oh, somebody else tuned in. That always happens about an hour into this. We have somebody else tuning in. No, the book already looks really pretty. Thank you, Wayne. Actually, what it was is, can I just say, the origin of the artwork behind this, and I still haven't done the Zoom, is Eric Carle. Eric Carle, you know, the very hungry caterpillar is how basically every American knows his work. But the thing is Laura produced the artwork, all the little like animals for it, but something was missing. And here's the thing: is I never looked up Eric Carle's like actual process until today. Oh, we still have a page out of place. I can fix that. And what he did is actually he would produce large canvases of. He would take the tissue paper and paint whatever colors he wanted, and then he would produce he would cut them out and make collages out of them. So that's that was his process. And once I figured that out, I was like, that's what's missing from the artwork is we needed that the paper texture. Let me just see. I mean, if anybody's not familiar, I mean, with Eric Carle, geez, let's see, Eric Carle Caterpillar. This is like a children's book that everyone in America knows. Every school kid, probably and still to the present day, knows. His artwork always sort of frightened me as a child, but it is what it is. But that was because you see. Let me see if I can open this. Open. Just see. I'm just trying to find an example of where I could see their his technique. And what like this. Let's see. Open image in new tab. Oh goodness, it's a GIF. Let me see. But you could see as it flashes through, there's textures inside of each of the colors, and that's because, well, again, what he would do is he would paint sheets of paper and then make collages out of those sheets of paper. And once we were able to once I figured that out. The artwork, I think, became a lot. It started looking a little bit more, like what the inspiration was meant to be. So yeah. So yes, Laura's art put through just that thing. Essentially, just built that Photoshop file where you took a sheet of paper. that is in the public domain. Eric Carle painted a texture on, and it's this image of that piece of art is in the public domain. And what I did is I took that one image of Eric Carle's painting on a sheet, and I used that to recreate his look. We will, of course, be giving him credit, just as I did right now. But let me see. It seems we still don't have the back page. It ends there. So there are a few things left wrong with this book here. Let's just see here. Where's my pointer? Dang it. Sorry. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's strange. Okay. It's odd that we're still having that problem with the but again, you know, I mean, writing all that stuff and doing all these books is, I hate how it's shut. I mean, slowed down, you know, our progress. But here's the thing: is I kind of enjoy writing. So this was something, and we've again it was during those to revisit something I started on to revisit about how I resent the scammers who cost us those 18 months. Understand, we spent those 18 months writing so much story and stuff, so that, I mean, inserting all of this story is just something that is long overdue. It's got to be done. And it's another reason why people think, oh, they're using AI for everything. They're producing so much stuff. No, again, it's because we just worked a lot, you know. Here's hoping. Oh, I didn't add the last page. Damn it! Sorry, guys and gals. We're going to have to wait for a second. I didn't apply the overrides when I added those last two things, so immediately when this starts, we got to pop out. Welcome to game development, guys and gals, and everyone else, because really... I'm also thinking of... let's see here. $17. No, okay. Let's see here. We have all the books. We have everything. Huh. All right, we're just gonna give it a try. Yeah. So anyway, geez, what should I talk about movies? I will say that you know, I was going to avoid the new Dune film. But I think that Denis Villeneuve was able to pull off. He took liberties with a story in the second installment. But the thing is, he took liberties where Frank Herbert allowed him to take liberties. One of the problems with Frank Herbert, can I just say, is that if you've ever seen any like interviews with him, he wasn't exactly. Wow, my ear went crazy. My voice hit a crazy texture. But anyway, he had some... He wasn't exactly the most woke of people. And, you know, a lot of the women in his stories are either schemers or they're just two-dimensional characters. And as a result, Denis Villeneuve gave more story to Chani. If you know the story, is Paul Atreides' Fremen, you know, girlfriend/wife. And, you know, some of the people who are complaining about that, I see are the same people who are, you know, the same incel, you know, podcast people who complained about, you know, whatever it was, Gem, not Gem. It was like one of those, you know, cartoon series because they made her breasts smaller or something. Anyway, the only people who are complaining about that are, you know, the same people who never read the book is what I'm saying. Because, you know, and can I say, I didn't think that what's his face, Timothy Chalamet, because I mean people, I misunderstood Dune when I first read it as a kid. I think everybody, if you didn't read it before a certain time in your life, you saw it as a rollicking space adventure. You didn't understand it as social political commentary that it is. And sorry, I was going to change this 2-page back. And really, understand, Paul Atreides, if you're not aware, is not a hero. He was never meant to be a hero. He is the result of a many thousands year long operation to try and create a human fourth dimensional computer. That's basically what it is. And the people who are creating him didn't know, the whole story about Dune and the whole Dune saga, if you've read all the books, is all about, and Frank Herbert has said this, it's all about, he said the best president, and I'd have to disagree with Frank Herbert, but you have to understand where he's coming from. He said, we always have to be on our alert for leaders that we love. I hate charismatic leaders. And the worst president in my lifetime, as far as I'm concerned, was JFK. And the best president was Richard M. Nixon. Not because he agreed with, or disagreed with either one of them. It's just that Nixon was, you just had to look at the guy and go, oh God, there's something shifty going on with this guy. And of course, that bred, suspicion, etc. Whereas JFK comes out there with that smile, just like Obama, and, your critical thinking goes off, etc., etc. And that's what the book is about. And I didn't think that Timothy Chalamet would be able to pull off the character of, Paul Atreides basically becomes Hitler times 10 at the end of Dune. And I didn't think Timothy Chalamet would be able to pull off a performance as that. But sure enough, I mean, he goes from this guy, it's like whatever, just to be, I mean, his first speech out there, I'm wondering if he watched Hitler's speeches and such to get him, the cadence and everything. Because, I think they pulled it off pretty dang well. So, at the beginning I was like, I'm going to ignore this. But in the end, I have to say, not bad. Yes. 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 The back page is still pink. God damn it. These things, man. These little things. Oh, God. And anybody saying, oh, that book looked pretty, you're probably sick of looking at it right now. Just like you're sick of... I mean, I showed people the books that we're writing for this game. Oh, Kelly. Yeah, this, what about the uranium glass lampshade, etc. And again, Annapurna Interactive, when your guys review this actually, no, the person who's recording this, when you show it to Annapurna Interactive, and all the writers are out there in the same room watching this video, they're going, hey guys, can we do something like this? They're going to go, well, how much time do you have? And unless you're willing to really delay things for a couple of years like we did, and hire some good writers, no, you're not going to be able to. I hate to be, there's some things that are, there's an overlap in the Venn diagram. Peace Island is in the Venn diagram overlap between Karl Marx and Ron Swanson. From, if you don't know Ron Swanson, he was a character from, a libertarian, hardcore libertarian character on a comedy show. And it still hadn't changed over. It's still doing the wrong one. Let me see here. Gonna unselect overrides. Jeez, it's not. Page filler material. Maybe that's it. There we go. Actually, we're just going to use page back. We're going to use the exact same one for all of them, so it has no excuses. But yeah, Peace Island exists in that that place where where extreme libertarianism and Marxism overlap, and that we believe that anything worth doing is worth doing as well as we can, as Ron Swanson would believe, and we also believe that in the concept of labor capital, and that we believe the amount of work that we put into a product is itself inherently valuable. And nothing can replace that except for labor value. That's why Marx placed it in a different category. Let's see. I think we're still going to have a blue black back page. If we do, you know what? I'm just going to go, screw it. I'm going to move the camera into the proper zoom position and we're going to call it done. Because really, I am just, yep, now it's pink. Why is it pink? Screw it. It's fine. Maybe everybody who plays the game, the back page will be a different color, and that'll be a thing. I don't know, man. I just want it done. I want it out of my face. I don't care that the last page is a different color. Let's see here. So yeah, we're gonna declare that finished. Is there anything else I needed to do? Oh yeah, adjust the camera zoom. Sorry about that. Endless book. Let's see. That is book animated, book armature. Let's see. There we go. Open zone position. Just got to move that down to about like I don't know, 0. Oh, and by the way, I am actually going to be watching the Fallout series when it comes out tomorrow. You know, I don't like the Bethesda remake of Fallout. I mean, I played the original 2 Fallouts, and they have such a sweet spot in my heart that I'm just like, I'm gonna watch them. I'm probably gonna be disappointed, but yeah, considering it's a book about owls getting married, cute color in the back, you know. And also, by the way, jeez, I'm not even gonna... Heck, why not? Another reason we included these books, I'm not going to say it straight out here because, again, we have our friends from Annapurna watching. Another major reason why I've included so many books. Go read Red Dragon, the novel Red Dragon, and you'll understand one of the reasons why. And Annapurna is now going to send one of their people. Read this book for us if you could. Yeah, that's a good, nice, close. Yeah, you can read that nice and easy, even to people at low resolutions. Yeah, okay, cool. And I'm wondering what color. Will the back page be? It's still pink. It's fine. I'm totally cool with pink. Not gonna pursue it any further because this is what I get to do. Let's see. Get married. Pink. Get to move this down to done, and we get to count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So really, actually, need to move that down a bit. Let's see, and we want to make this 420. Man, we're gonna have 420 done soon. But let's see. What are we at now? You're gonna see me count for a moment. Let's see, 13, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 29. Let's see. Hold up. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Let's see. 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. We're at 47 items that still need to be done. And that's only because, well, it is what it is. And we're now at 412. Let's just count down where we are. Let's do the thing. And I think we're unfortunately still going to be stuck at around 91%. That's another reason why we need to just delay the release of the beta for a week. Because we're sort of stuck in the mud right now as far as progress. Because I'm producing all these books, which really take about a day. I mean, some of the books take 2 days a piece to produce. And I'm remembering all these quests that Laura has to add into the game. So we're sort of like just treading water. We're getting more stuff done, but the number of things that are, remaining to be done has not decreased. So, all total, we had a total of bugs of, let's just see, calculator. 100 divided by 459 equals, and we have 412 items done. Ah, you got to be kidding me. We're back down to 89%? That is a kick in the crotch. Hey, you know what? It is what it is. We're going to get it all done. It's all going to get done. It's just, dang. I think I think we may have treaded water, but we're still at 89. We went back to 89.7. To get back to 91%, we're going to have to take care of about 6 items. Damn it. Oh, well. But to be fair, some of these items on the list here that are remaining to be done are just me reviewing. I'm waiting for Laura to take care of all those before I even review those. All the conversations up here for the NPCs. And this would be about a day's work. Right here, I could knock 6 things out all at a total. But god dang, how do we wind up all the way back there? Hey, it's called game development. What is it? 1 step forward, 2 steps back. But anyway, Wayne, considering I think people using extravagant methods to break into places where they don't belong. Is there a book about people in the game? I see. Nah. Right now, the only real there are only 2 places that are sort of like puzzles to get into at this point, as far as like physical motion. And we're going to keep it that way for the beta, because again, the beta is just our proof of concept, is our vertical slice to make sure that we have quests, multi-stage quests. They work. The world works as best as it can. Everything works as best as it can. And so that's where we are. And visiting author posters. I fixed that yesterday. Holy crap. Wait, hold on. We may be a little bit more further along than we think. Let me just see here, because I know. Maybe these aren't is updated. This may be an old one. Let me just see here. Modeling, electric map. Let's see. Check. Let's see. Hook up lights. Puzzle. Huntable fireflies. SF. Broadcasting. Change menu sounds. Not done that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It looks like there's one thing out of location. So really, let's just do that again, just to see. Come on. So you can say, "Oh, look how close we are to 90% again." So we have, let's see, 413. Yeah, we're 89.97. There you go. But hey, we're close. If I can knock one more thing off of this list, we're good by the end of the day. Oh! Yep. Gosh. Dang it. How did we backslip so much? Huh. Let's see, Isabella. Just making sure all these books. Yeah. Well, dang. Yeah, I guess I'm not as far along as I thought I was. We were at, 91%, 90% the other day. But heck, that's why we need another week. But anyway, oh gosh, all of a sudden 2 more people show up? Hello. I was about to sign off, and now we have new people tuning in. Hello. Tell you what. I'm willing to stay on for another minute or 2, but while I'm walking away here for a minute, the new people who tuned in, understand. I've been on here for about close to 2 hours, and what I want to do now is get into writing, text for the novels, and I just don't feel like writing backstory and having that on the YouTubes for. The other people to see. And by the way, I do know that Annapurna watches these. If people think I'm paranoid, I just do. Let's see. Yeah, I'll be back in a minute. We lost one viewer. Here's the thing. I'll be back in about 45 seconds, and after that, last chance for questions, and whatever, and comments and criticism. And thank you, Wayne, again, by the way, for all your good work attesting this. But I'll be back in just a moment. By the way, I didn't put my Patreon up there. I should have done that, but eh. All right. I see that. I see no questions or whatever. Oh, there's a question. Yeah, yeah. Just one thing I want to check because I guarantee the person who pointed out earlier that the one of the people who worked on Mass Effect Story lives out on Peaks Island. I just want to see because I believe this is the same woman who got in touch with us again that wanted to work on Peace Island. But let me just see. Mass Effect. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Catherine Valente. Uh, this is the same person who, offered to work with us. Missing already. Okay, cool. Haven't heard from her in a few years. I may want to get back in touch with her, but I'm pretty sure that somebody's already forwarded. This guy's trashing your work. Yeah, novelization of Mass Effect. There you go. Understand, she did not work on Mass Effect game. She worked on a part of the novelization and fiction based on the Mass Effect game. So, there you go. Have yourselves a good evening, boys, girls, and those in between. Hiya, Dan Fletcher. When will... what will the beta preview be on? The beta preview will be on Mac and PC. And I am absolutely... committed to say, oh my goodness, she hasn't updated her thing here since 2016. She's disappeared. Anyway, we are committed this time to producing something for the Mac. I went on my Mac tear earlier about the problems that we're having to developing for the Mac, but we're very close, and this time we're not going to be releasing the PC version until we have the Mac version going. So anyway, boys, girls, and those in between, Grandpa Eric needs to visit the restroom. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.